It has been a while since I've done a video. I was up in Alaska and I was working on some other music projects as well. So I'm back and I'm happy to be back. Today I'm gonna share my feedback on the Sony A7 III. So after 9 months, what do I love about this camera? Well, I think the first thing is the focus. The focus of this camera is amazing. It's so good that when I have focus issues, I tend to blame myself first and then the camera second. I can think of only 2 issues where I saw some focus issues that were bad enough that I really was thinking, what's going on here? The first one is I was shooting a video like this and I noticed some focus, just a little bit of hunting. The video was still good enough to use, but it was obvious that the lens was hunting a little bit. And I was looking at the camera thinking maybe there was something wrong, and then I looked at it and it turns out that I had the zone focus to over there and I was over here. So even though I was 2 zones away from the proper zone, it was still good enough to be usable. So I tend to keep it in wide and it seems to work pretty good for everything. The second instance I had was I was shooting sports and I was shooting cyclists that were riding towards me at a pretty fast angle, and I realized I was only getting about 75% of the shots. And as I was troubleshooting and looking at it, wondering kind of what's going on, it hit me. Well, I was using a 70 to 200 Sigma that was like 15 years old with a Sigma converter, so obviously it's not going to be perfect. And not to say that the focus is perfect, but the whole point of these focus conversations is that this thing is so spot on good that even the smallest things tend to stand out, which is amazing. Most of the Sony's issues are pretty widely documented and a lot of people talk about them, but I'm going to talk about how they impacted me and why I don't think they're deal breakers. The menus are a mess and it's hard to learn. But I don't think this is a deal breaker because the complexities of the menu give you the settings to let you do amazing things. And there's no flippy screen. So on a video like this, I don't have a screen, I can't see myself, but it's not a deal breaker because there's a couple options. Number one, the focus is always spot on, so you don't have to worry about it. Another thing you can do is frame your shots with the Sony camera app. So you can set up the camera, you can look at the shot and then go and hit record on the camera or do it remotely. The other thing that I noticed quickly is that the 1080p does not look really great out of the camera. In fact, I was surprised how not great it looked. Is it a deal breaker for me? No. I shoot everything in 4K and downscale it to 1080 if I need it, and it looks beautiful. One of the reasons that inspired me to make this video is the release of the 61 megapixel A7R4. This is another example of Sony transforming the photo world. Canon and Nikon had gotten too comfortable over the years, which really hindered innovation. You would have several models in each brand that would have slight function benefits of going up the chain, but a lot of that didn't flow back and forth. The newest technology was released on the most expensive models, and you had to spend a lot of money to get a lot of the really good stuff. And while Sony cameras are not cheap, it is great to see that when they come out with new features and new technologies, they release them across a wide range of their mirrorless products. So like with the latest upgrade on this camera, I get animal autofocus and you get time-lapse. Time-lapse probably should have been there from the beginning, but at the same time, being able to get new functions as you own the camera and not having to get the A7 IV in order to get those. I switched from Canon to Sony 9 months ago and I'm still very happy I did. And a tool that you trust gives you the ability to focus on the task at hand, which results in a better end product. Whether it's photo, video, if you're focusing on framing and not worrying about adjusting settings that it's gonna get good quality, then you can just focus on what's important, and that's getting the shot. A camera is an investment, and with the quality of this camera, beautiful image quality, and fantastic focus, I see no need to upgrade this anytime soon. The A7 III is a delightful camera that I enjoy more and more every day. I love it and cannot recommend it highly enough. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to support the channel, and in the comments below, let me know any cameras that you find delightful that have really grown on you. I'm really curious to see what other cameras people have grown to love as well. Thanks for watching, bye.